Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. And your name is?
Sarai.
All right, Sarai.
I have a first question. Um, what company are you from?
My name is Greg Bell. I'm President CEO of Athletes for Life Foundation.
Um, how will Athletes for Life help students gain work experience?
We have a few grants that we're doing here in the state of California and primarily here at Sierra. One of my associates is Dr. Yvette Harris, but part of the things that we're looking to do with the CRG grant and some of the other work, job development opportunities are, working with the trade unions, the carpenter unions, dealing with STEM, the new programs that we have for STEM, finding resources to align you with what you're passionate with. One of the things we tell most kids, you got to find that what moves you, that you're passionate about, because you won't stick with it if you're not. So finding those things that so many youth have that, for years of back in my day, we could actually take auto mechanic class, you could take carpenter class, you could take all these things in your school day. But since a lot of those things have been removed, we're trying to find ways of bringing that passion, bringing those gifts out. We have art programs that we have a little bit of everything. So we're hoping to align you with that, which you're passionate about.
That's very good. How does Athletes for Life contribute with schools to support their dreams?
Whoa, man, that's a good one. How do we support the kids and support schools? We've been working in San Bernardino probably since 1990. To kind of like the 34 years almost. We have a multitude of things. We're an after-school provider, so we do the tutorials, the after-school homework programs. We do the life skill camp. We have a camp that's been going on since 2006, I want to say, almost 18, 19 years, called the Athletes for Life Summer Life Skill Program. And we dealt with anything from math, English, mental health, job. We have the Job Corps piece that's a part of it. It's been going on, like I said, for almost 18 years now on the campus of Cal State San Bernardino. And it's also one of those programs that is driven through the school district as well. So they've been partners. We have about 7 different school districts from Compton to Victor Valley to Coachella that have helped support that program. So we've been doing a multitude of things with the school districts since 1989. For a long time.
Yeah. What resources or services does Athletes for Life help students in their education?
When you say resources, with the education side of it, that kind of falls into our after school programs. So we do a lot of things with from a STEM program that we have. We just invested in the Metaverse goggles. So we're going to be doing some teaching through there. But from an educational standpoint, a lot of that just falls on the after school program, helping those students who need to get caught up with homework or get caught up and get them back on course. We use a lot of tools from the McGraw-Hill's tutoring programs to Modex, Moxie art kits. It's a little bit of everything we do to try and bring out some of the educational components to the kids on the campus.
That's good. How could students join that after school program or that summer?
Well, the summer life skill camp is open to all San Bernardino City students. We use because it's kind of football based, but we also have the girls as well. A lot of people tend to forget that the CIF started a women's flag football conference this past year, so we were about 6 months ahead of that. So we have probably about 60 girls to come out every year. In terms of the after school programs, that's really based on where you're in school. So Sierra has a program here for the after school. We oversee Royal Valley, but it's just a multitude of things we try and do, and we're going to continue to spread our wings and probably try and touch other schools. Like with the CRG grant here, we're working with Sierra, even though it's not our after school program. We're working with some of the after school kids here to get them aligned with a potential job.
That's good. What advice would you give for students who don't really like school?
And it's funny because I didn't probably tell you what I did for a living. So I played professional football for about 9 years, and you can't go to college unless you can't go into the professional football world unless you actually go to college. So for years we pounded, get your college education, get your school, get your education, and we still stress that as a point of a way to go. But as you start to learn, there are kids who are gifted, and those gifts might be in technology, they might be in carpentry, they might be in electronics. So what we try and do more than anything is find out what those gifts are that you have, that you're passionate about, that you think about them all the time. Because for me, when I went to bed at night, I dreamed about scoring touchdowns. When I woke up in the morning, I thought about putting on a uniform, and by grace of God, that was my profession. And so just finding what drives you, you start to see your gifts. You start to see the things that you're passionate about. Yeah. And once you find them, you just got to hone in and you got to put in the work. That's where it really starts.
It won't come.
It don't just come. It doesn't come.
Not easy.
This isn't the lottery. You don't just pick numbers and boom, you're a millionaire. You got to work hard if you want to achieve anything in life. And I tell everyone, sometimes you got to write down your goals. You got to see your goals on paper and then put them into your mind and memorize them so that you can, you always have something to fall back on. So once you find that you're passionate about, find out what it takes to be successful and what that leads to. You got to start something and you got to complete it. And so one of the things we're probably happiest is that, we've had probably about, over 20,000 kids over these years come through our summer life skill camp. And those kids who have gone on to play college football, the thing that we're probably most happy about is that 98% of them graduated over 4 or 5 years. And that's the Kenny Clarks, the Alexander Madisons, the Nate Metters, the DeMonte Kazi. All these kids came from this community.
Yeah.
And all of them graduated from college, whether it was they had to go back and finish 5 years or 6 years. The fact of the matter is they remember me saying, don't start anything you're not willing to commit to. And committing means finishing it.
Yeah.
So that's something I try and really push and stress to the younger students, because sometimes we stop and they start this, they stop, and you just bounce around and you don't really finish.
And not finish it.
Once you find your passion, complete it.
Well, thank you for this interview. It was nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Hi.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
That's good. What's your name?
My name is Kawan Dews, and I work with the Victorville CRC and the Goodwill Workforce Development Team.
Nice. And what do you do there?
So I'm a case manager there, and I work with the Youth Opportunity Program. Mainly, I work with other programs as well to get people jobs and employment in different parts of San Bernardino County. Mm-hmm. But the Youth Opportunity Program mainly targets youth age 16 to 24. So that could be anybody that's in high school, graduating, transitioning.
Yeah.
To find them guaranteed worksite locations. Be like temporary positions, but then we work with them to get them hired on permanent with others.
That's nice.
Yeah. So what's your name?
My name's Alyssa.
Okay.
And I'm a student at Sierra High School right now.
Okay. What grade are you in?
I'm in 11th grade.
Oh, okay, perfect. You got senior year. Do you have any plans for what you want to do after you graduate?
Yeah, I'm planning to go to college at Valley.
Okay.
Study culinary art, and then after that I want to transfer to a private university up in Northern California for culinary art.
Oh, okay, perfect. So you like to cook?
Yeah. How would Goodwill help students gain work experience?
So, I touched on it a little bit before, but our work experience program, it essentially allocates a specific amount of hours to everybody that we service. And then we pick a worksite location for them to work at that best suits them or what they want to add to their resume or what type of career path they want to pursue. And then once we approve that worksite, we hire them on there ourselves, and they hired under as Goodwill employees.
Wow, that's nice. I didn't know that about Goodwill. How does Goodwill collaborate with schools to support their education?
We network with schools a lot. I have personally as well, like with Silverado High School up in the high desert, as well as Oak Hills High School in Hesperia. I've worked with them in order to like set up sites, set up job positions, and then go to the schools to actually see if any students are interested in joining the program, or even if they just need funds for whatever they may need them for,
Yeah.
to place them in those work positions, to help out their families and community.
I think that's really nice. I think we have a lot of students that are here and are also in the district or in other districts that need help as
Yeah.
well. Just a little
Yeah.
boost for their lives and their families' lives too.
Yeah.
What resources or services does Goodwill provide students to enhance their learning?
So we also have vocational schooling that we pay for. So that's like anyone who would be interested in coming in to gain like a certificate. We offer CNA, CDL, medical assistant, and security guard card training that we fund. And then once they gain those certificates, then we help them find employment in that specific field as well.
Oh, that's nice. Are there any other certificates other than that?
We used to do phlebotomy. We're still working on that as well to help people like who want to join phlebotomy and dive into the medical field that way as well.
Yeah.
But mainly we do a lot of CNA and medical assistant for people who are joining medical field, because that's like a broader certificate for them to gain, and then they can transition to the specific after they make that first certificate.
Is there a high demand on the medical field certificate?
It really just depends on who we work with. I know that in certain areas there is, and in certain areas there's not. But we have people who come from like San Bernardino area, Victorville area, Barstow area, who all come to us for those vocational schooling.
That's nice. I didn't know that. Well, thank you so much for answering my questions.
Yeah, you're
and it was nice talking to you. What was your name again?
My name is Kawan.
This is Kawan. Thank you, Kawan.
Yes, you're welcome.
I appreciate it.
What's your name?
My name's Lisette.
I'm Mark Orr. I'm from Teamster Local 1932.
Nice to meet you. Okay. What are the education requirements for a Teamster job?
Basically, a high school education. College is always preferable, but you can be a Teamster in most of our jobs with a high school education.
What are tips or advice would you give students who don't really like school?
That don't like school?
Yeah.
So I'm going to assume we're going to stay in to graduate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go to a trade school. Pick up on whether it's learning how to be a truck driver, work in a warehouse, air conditioning, HVAC, a plumber, a welder. All those trades right now are in severe need of good, good people to do the job. And it's unfortunate that our society pushes so hard for college, because you can make the same amount of money or more in the trades. I know plenty of people that make way more than college graduates. And I'm not putting college down. If you're not the college student, then go in a trade school. I'll give you an example. My neighbor worked for IBEW, right? He worked for LA Water and Power. He made $150,000 a year. He worked 4 days a week. Could you live on that?
Yeah. What would you better prepare your students for working in a Teamster job?
Better prepared. Trainings. Any kind of trainings you can get towards the career path you want to take. I would highly advise any and all trainings, whether it's we have a very basic office assistant training program at our training center. It'll teach you the basic skills. Anything that will teach you how to be a better employee. But people always use classes. I like to say trainings. Trainings aren't like 6 months at a time. Sometimes it could be a month training or a 2-month training. You will learn a lot because they're very compressed, and they teach you what you need to know right now kind of thing.
This is one of my own questions.
Okay.
Like, what would I have to do, about going to apply for a job?
Where do you want to work?
More like with doctors and stuff like that.
So in the medical field?
Yeah.
So I would start by getting a job with a doctor, maybe as a receptionist. That's where our office training would help you out. And then from there, you could go into like medical assistant, nursing, and work your way up. But you want to work for someone at the bottom level in the field that you're going to go into, so you understand all the different layers.
One more question. Sing a song that best describes you.
A song that describes me. Someone off camera is really laughing hard right now. Well, it's probably an old song. The Van Halen song, Panama. You've probably never even heard it.
No.
That's probably me. I'm not really hip with the new stuff. I've heard it. I just don't know what the names of them are.
That's why I said sing a song.
You want me to sing the song?
That's
I'm
what
sorry,
it
that's
says.
as far as I can go. You really don't. I'll break a microphone.
Well, I'm Axel Martinez. What's your name?
Amanda Schaefer.
Okay, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
How are you working with students and staff at Sierra?
So today we're here for a career event, and it sounds like there's going to be some collaborative discussion on how to get students engaged and involved in different career paths. So we're hoping to bring a little bit of knowledge and guidance to that conversation for students that are interested.
Okay, what kind of guidance are you trying to provide?
For anyone that's interested in the line of work of law enforcement, or working with youth, or working with people who maybe are on the wrong path in life, looking for guidance, looking for support, the probation department provides that in a lot of different ways.
That sounds interesting. I'd love to hear more about that later.
Great.
What education do you have for your job?
So I have a bachelor's degree. At the time that I was hired, that was required for a probation officer. That has since changed with my department, and now the expectation is an associate's degree.
Do you have any idea why that changed?
We were having issues hiring, right?
Oh, really?
Because the standards were so high that it became more difficult for us to hire the number of officers that we needed to supplement our department.
Okay, that makes sense. What do you think about gnomes?
Gnomes, they're funny little fellas. Good decorations, and I think they come for every holiday. You can get a gnome for anything.
Really?
I think so.
Do you have gnomes?
I don't have any gnomes.
Well, you sound like a very avid gnome supporter.
I mean, decor, home decor.
Home
You
decor.
can reach anyone with home decor, I think.
Yeah, that's true. I agree
Mhm.
with you there. Okay. What is your favorite part of working, like, day to day?
My favorite part of working day to day is helping people, thinking that we have made a positive impact in someone that we met, whether it's our client who's on probation or a family member, giving a positive impact or being a positive role model for something is great. I'm also a canine handler, so
Really?
realistically, my favorite part of the day is spending all day with my dog, right? So anything that we can do working with animals, to me, is a win. But everyone is a little bit different. So
That makes
I have twofold, right?
Oh,
Helping people and working with animals.
Well, I mean, who doesn't love working with animals?
That's a good point.
Sounds like a good part of your day.
It is.
It's lovely. Thank you for answering these questions. I really appreciate it.
Thank
You
you
did
so
really good.
much. Thank you.